Okay, welcome Jabalali. In this tutorial we are going to add obstacles to our game which stop our character getting around the track. So what I'm going to do here is add a new sprite. So the sprites are down this section here. So click on choose a sprite, which is just here, and then I'm going to choose a character that is crossing the road. What we'll do, we'll have a person crossing the road. So I'm going to click on Avery, and there she's a little big, so I'm going to shrink her down to 20 instead of 100 and put it in the place where I wanted to start. So she's going to be here, and she's going to cross to here, and she's going to go back, and she's going to go back and back and back and back and forth across the road. She's going to repeat the same thing. So we will need a loop. So if you remember, in our control blocks we have the forever loop, so that will enable us to do something forever and ever and ever. Now to start that loop, if you remember, I want a block that enables it to start when the game begins, and that's the green flag, and that's in events. So we have the green flag. When it's clicked, whatever happens inside this loop will happen forever and ever. Now what I want is a move block, because we need Avery to move across the road like that. So what I'm going to use here is a motion block. Now motion blocks, if you remember, are up here, and I'm going to use the glide block, and that will enable my character to move smoothly. Go to motion, and I'm going to scroll down till I find glide. Now you see there's two glide blocks. We don't want glide random position. We don't want that one. We want glide to a location. Now the location is somewhere on the screen, and this screen or our stage is broken up into coordinates x and y coordinates, okay, and each of these locations, a bit like a map, if you've seen coordinates on a map, define where our character is going to be on the map. So at the moment our character is at position x5 and y minus 59. Now what I want her to do is go across the road to here, and now you'll see when I put her in a second position, the glide coordinates change here, and that is their new position just there. So if I drag and drop that after my first position, what's going to happen here, our character is going to glide for 1 second from here, which is this location, to this location, and then repeat again. So it will keep going backwards and forwards. We can test that now. There you see, and there you see Avery is crossing the road backward and forward. She's doing that because she's using the forever loop, and a start coordinate position, which is here, and a finish coordinate position, which is here, and then she starts it all over again. And that is how you get your character crossing the road. Now obviously if I play that game, you'll see now that when I get to her, nothing actually happens. Even if I bump into Avery, nothing will happen. So I need Avery to affect the game. So when she bumps into my character, the game will end. So what we need to do here, go back to our original character, the character that we are controlling. So in my case it's Gobo. Now if you remember in our if statement here with our condition touching green, we need to add another condition, and that condition is, what do you think? Yes, if you said touching Avery, you would be right. So what we need to do is take out our first condition, and we're going to add what's called an operator. Now an operator enables us to add more of these conditions. So we want the OR block. Now the OR block is just here. Okay, can you see that? That enables us to use more than one condition. If I drag and put that inside the condition of my if statement, then I can add back my green, touching green, and in here I can add a touching Avery. Now the touching Avery is again in sensing, and it's here where it says touching mouse pointer, but you'll see you've got an arrow here and you can choose more than one item. Now can you see that there is my new sprite that I added, Avery, and I'm going to add that into here. And now when I press my green flag and when I bump into Avery, can you see my game has stopped. Now if you want to add more than one character crossing the road, all you need to do is obviously add your sprite like you did here, add the code to make it move, and on your main character you need to add another operator. You can add more than one OR. So if I put that there, and can you see I'm dragging and putting that inside my ore like that. I can put it back, and then in here you add your new sensing block with your new touching block, and whichever character is touching you can add in here, and that will make your game even more harder to play. So try that and see how you get on. Take care and see you soon.